Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio talked just moments ago on stage about Donald Trump, praised Trump for focusing on solutions, enforcing the law when it comes to illegal immigration and border security.
We are more concerned with the rights of illegal aliens and criminals than we are with protecting our own country. That must change. We need a leader who will protect our border and enforce our laws, because a nation without borders and a nation without laws is no nation at all.
And joining me now, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, and it is great to be here with you again. We've known each other a long time, and you are still in the fight. People have tried to intimidate you. This administration has gone after you, and you have stood as an emblem of law and order in Arizona, in this country. And I just want to commend you as your friend, but also I think everybody needs to hear that about you. Are we winning the fight in any fashion now?
Not really. We still have carnage on our streets, foreign countries, the border, and I don't think the leadership is conducive to cleaning up the streets. They're more concerned with racial type situations. Our cops are being assassinated. So I talked to Donald several times. And by the way, I believe everything he says. Some politicians, I've been through many presidential, but he means it. That's why I love the guy, and went with him a year ago, probably to this day. And I like his talk about law enforcement. He loves the cops. I've been there in some rallies. I always remember when he took some heat when the two cops were dragging some demonstrators. He said, put him on a stretcher. He took a lot of heat on that. Okay. He wants to back up the cops. He loves the veterans. I'm a Korean War veteran. And he loves the military. So we got somebody that's going to really do something with the frontline people to protect our country.
You know, I think a lot of people have got to take great comfort in what you're saying, because they know you're a no-nonsense guy. We just heard Bob Knight. You two have some similarities. You speak directly, succinctly, and truthfully, as you understand the truth to be. But that's what we're hearing from a lot of quarters about Donald Trump. He is defying expectations, the savants, the gurus who tell us what will or will not work in politics. He's done just basically the opposite and proved who he is.
I'm going to let you in on a secret nobody knows about. I've been to a lot of rallies with him. He mentions me quite often.
Right, I've heard it.
But let me say this. He has never, he or his staff, ever asked me to say something or not say something. Never. That shows you how comfortable he is with himself.
Well, that extends to the national convention that is going to hear his acceptance tonight of the presidential nomination of this party. He had Senator Ted Cruz up there. He knew what he was going to say. He invited him here, no strings attached. He let him speak, let him commit, some say, political suicide on his own, but never once insisted on controlling the script or the words that Senator Cruz would say. It's just who he is.
He's a billionaire with love for the people. That makes sense?
Yeah,
he happens to have money, so what?
Yeah, it isn't a disqualification, certainly, and I imagine a very nice comfort in the evening. But the fact he loves this country is clear, because one of the things people don't talk about, Sheriff, this man's sacrificing a lot to run for the presidency of the United States.
Yeah, not an easy job.
No.
But he's been successful around the world. He probably knows more about international affairs than Hillary does. I guarantee you he does, right? I'm not trying to badmouth Hillary, but what has she done? But this, you know, when you're over these foreign countries, I've been there dealing with presidents and all that. You got to make a deal. He says, let's make a deal and negotiate. Why is that a bad word? You should negotiate. Make the right deal, but you should be able to do that.
You know, it's interesting. President Obama criticized because he wouldn't deal with Congress and wouldn't compromise. And some of the left are criticizing Donald Trump because he's a very good deal maker and is perfectly willing to compromise and move forward.